Evening, a two-day tussle over whether Georgia Tech or Colorado is #1 in college football remains up in the air tonight and will never be completely resolved. The Yellow Jackets and Coach Bobby Ross thought they carried off the #1 spot when they won the Citrus Bowl on New Year's Day. But wait a minute. Colorado had to lose to Notre Dame later that same day in the Orange Bowl. They didn't, and today the AP media poll named Colorado #1 in the nation. But wait a minute. Just hours after that, the UPI coaches poll came out. On top of the heap, Georgia Tech.
And so the question, who is #1? Well, we know the answer, but in fairness to Colorado, Jeff Hollinger will sort it all out.
Yeah, you're going to put that heat on me. I'm not smart enough to sort it out. There's no way to sort all of this out, but tonight, the Yellow Jackets are the national champions, according to the coaches poll known as UPI. The panel of 59 college coaches gave Tech a one-vote victory. I kid you not. Side by side, let's compare the two polls. UPI on the left, AP on the right. It is Georgia Tech for UPI. It is Colorado for Associated Press. From there, for UPI, it goes Georgia Tech, Colorado, Miami, Florida State, and Washington. From there, AP goes Colorado, Georgia Tech, Miami, Florida State, and then Washington. Tonight at Georgia Tech, it was a great place to be. Inside the Alexander Memorial Coliseum, there were some very happy faces watching the basketball game with Howard. Among them, All-American Ken Swilling, as he was happy signing autographs and talking about the game.
Where were you when you first heard the news?
I was asleep, and I was listening to the news, and I thought I heard we had won a national championship, and I thought I was dreaming at first. And
were you watching me?
Yes, I was.
Were you really?
I was watching Channel 5, matter of fact. And I woke up and I heard it again.
I always knew you were a man of taste, but go ahead, continue the story. Go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah.
No, go ahead. I don't mean to interrupt. I'll just shut up.
Yeah, but you know, when I found out about it, I jumped up and I was like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
All right, but believe it because it's true. But for Bobby Ross, well, he spent most of his day in Virginia visiting his ailing 80-year-old mother who is here near death in a coma. It has been a day of conflicting emotions for the Yellow Jacket head coach. Bill Hartman has more on Bobby Ross's return to Atlanta.
He left Richmond, Virginia early this evening, bound for Atlanta, not knowing what to expect.
What do you expect the reaction to Bobby Ross's arrival in Atlanta will be?
Well, it might be. I hope it's very quiet, to tell you the truth. I kind of just like to kind of sneak in and get on home and prop up my feet.
Wrong, Bobby. We weren't about to let the coach of the nation's #1 team slip through unnoticed. It'll be hard for you to go anywhere unnoticed anymore. Ross gets the vote of the coaches, and one reason may be his popularity in the profession.
I would hope that they voted us that because they thought we really deserved it too, you know, but you know, whatever the case and wherever we got it, by golly, we got it, and I'm happy about that.
The Jackets are #1. After watching top-ranked Colorado beat Notre Dame last night, Coach Ross was not expecting a national championship vote for his team.
I felt like that, you know, with Colorado having been one going into the bowl game, and after they won, that it was probably going to be pretty tough to do. But I guess we turned quite a few around votes-wise, even in the other poll. But I'm very pleased and excited about it, and I know our players have got to be just elated now because I think it became very important to them too when it was all over with.
And what about a playoff system that would decide it once and for all? Bobby Ross is for it, and he may get it in a fashion. There is a possibility his Jackets may play Colorado next August in the Kickoff Classic.
If it fits to our school year and it fits with our players, then, you know, obviously I'd love it.
What does the national champion coach do next? Well, tonight he is at home with his wife relaxing, but early tomorrow morning he's back in the office to begin recruiting. From Atlanta International Airport, I'm Bill Hartman, Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Bill, thank you. In Boulder, Colorado, minutes up the road from Denver, there was also plenty of celebrating today. In the land of Super Bowl losses, high lift tickets, and fifth down victories, it was time to let it go. Most felt a mile high. This is not Boulder, Colorado. This is Stapleton International Airport in Denver. That is Coach Bill McCartney. Now we are in the Special Events Center on the campus of the University of Colorado. Listen to McCartney.
I've been told that in the United Press voting that Georgia Tech edged us by 1 point.
Clearly, if you are a Yellow Jacket fan, Boulder, Colorado should not be on your itinerary for a vacation this January, but it's a split vote. It is a split poll, the first time since 1978, and if memory serves me correct, which oftentimes it does, and oftentimes it does not, USC and Alabama were the last two teams to have the grand argument that we are making tonight.
Yeah, it's a great night for Georgia Tech
It's
fans.
a splendid night.
Just don't go to Colorado. All right, thanks.
Now more about the fans of Georgia Tech. They erupted with cheers when that UPI ranking was announced at tonight's Tech basketball game. Channel 5's Morse Diggs reports that announcement stole the show.
Tonight, Georgia Tech fans got the news they've been waiting all day long to hear. It came prior to the Tech basketball game. On this night, even the wizardry of sophomore sensation Kenny Anderson would have to take a back seat to what the football team had accomplished. One of the major polls had indeed crowned the Gridiron Jackets national champions. Of course, the faithful had already done that.
You get that already? Oh, man, they're going like hotcakes.
All the Yellow Jackets were buzzing about the football ranking. What'd you do when you heard the news?
Oh, I had to go down the hall screaming and yelling. I mean, we're national champions. We're the national champions.
I think Bobby Ross had he had a really good year.
Right.
So I think he deserves the credit. So basically, he should be number one, right?
Basketball coach Bobby Crimmins said much the same before his game.
And I was just hoping that this great football team would get something worthwhile, and the coaches really came through.
Outside the Coliseum, the rest of the campus was quiet when the news broke because the students are just returning from the holiday. But we did run into one group that heard the news in Macon on their way back from the Citrus Bowl.
There was a bunch of us just all over the highway, everybody screaming.
Yeah.
Driving all over the road about to wreck.
These young women were proud to be on the host committee for the Citrus Bowl. They were so anxious to spread the good news about the #1 ranking, they scribbled it on notebook paper and taped it to the windows of their van on the way home. I'm Morse Diggs, Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
The celebrating has just started on Monday. Atlanta will salute our national collegiate champions with a noontime parade down Peachtree. Brenda?